we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah? Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Oh, yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it bluff. You got me like, oh, yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it bluff. Hey, oh, yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it bluff. You got me like, oh, yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it bluff.
Alright, welcome everybody to the Nice Micro League, which Season 5, after 3 or 4 years of a break, and this has been a long time since we've played some StarCraft, and a lot has changed here. First of all, let's take a look at what we need to take a look at, which is what are we doing here, and also why is my microphone clipping. So sorry for that, there will be some technical difficulties. This is first time I am trying to broadcast StarCraft on my Linux machine, so issues will be there. So what we have here is 16 of my dear friends, or rather 15 of my dear friends and me playing the good old game of StarCraft. And well, what we decided to do is go with Swiss style rounds, which means that people will be generally put in groups with people of similar quality or similar results from the tournament at least. So here no one has played yet, so everyone has 0 points. Some people got 3 extra points for their previous achievements, some people got 1 points for their extra achievement, and some people did not get anything. So next Swiss round will be generated based on the results we've got here, and we'll also have the full points, full extra points. The third round, on the other hand, will only count half of these points, and then the last Swiss round will have no extra points added. So what we will have there is, after these 4 rounds of the Swiss tournament, we will get the 4 highest ranked players who will be just going forward, and from the last 4 people will drop out of the tournament, or maybe they can play some kind of the placement match in the end if they want to, and the middle 8 people will go to a single elimination round. In the single elimination, so we got the first, second, third, and fourth players up here. And so what we will have is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So the highest ranking you get in the Swiss rounds, the lowest ranking your opponent in this elimination round will be, which will go, so the winners from here will be matched up with the forwarded players to the, the quarter-final, and then semi-final, and then finals, and the end will be like, final and the third place match. So this is how the tournament will be structured, and well, we could also take a look at today's round, which is going to be, well, we have 8 pairings here, and we will have 2 or 3 which will be on show today, depending on how long this will take. And I still have to reuse my microphone volume, I guess. So we will start with this pair. Papamaci and Ray Gymnor will be on our first one-on-one here, with Sylphid being the first map, and then we'll get Polaris Rhapsody, and if this is a 1-1 situation, then we will get Destination as our last map here. So Papamaci and both Ray Gymnor, they play random. This is his first time, Ray Gymnor's first time playing random, so he does not have a record yet. But Papamaci has been around the nice micro league circuit with a random pick once, and well, never played against another random. So your guess is as good as mine, I guess, for our first matchup for the day. So why don't we start the first matchup then?
You got me like, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan, they know that we're calling it bluff. Hey, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan, they know that we're calling it bluff. You got me like, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan, they know that we're calling it bluff.
Okay, so let's start our replay. On our right hand side, we get our red player Papamaci, who got a Protoss, and Jim Raynor, or Ray Gymnor plays Jim Raynor, I guess, on Battle.net, is the purple Terran. So this I am expecting to be a little favor for Jim, who has been previously playing as a Terran player. Let's see what our Protoss is doing. So random versus random, so none of them know what exactly they should be prepared for. So pylon outside at the natural. Well, there is a very narrow entrance to the main base here, so that is kind of, I guess, makes sense. But our Terran player, Jim, is putting his, or Ray, should I call him Ray, I guess? Putting in a supply depot right at the edge of our main base, and the Protoss is scouting in the wrong direction, so he will find his opponent a little late, but the Terran starts the scouting a little later anyway, so let's see if they find each other and they will figure out, oh, what is he looking for here? Did he get lost? Maybe that could have been a misclick. I went to an additional... Okay, so they should meet each other here. So I'm not sure whether the players, of course, picked up because the two workers just skirted by each other. So if the current player was not watching their screen there, they might have missed it. Okay, so now Papamaci has found Ray and is molesting this SCV over here, or what is it? Harassing, I guess, is the correct word. So let's find out what's going on in the base in the meantime. 2 gates and another pylon there. No pylon around the Nexus yet, so I guess he is going to be trying to defend this entrance if it comes to that. And well, the Terran already put out his first Marine, and one Zealot is headed towards the Terran base. Alright, the Marine is also out. This encounter will not favor the Marine in this situation. Oh, and Ray Gymnor pulls back the Marine in the very last minute. Only 8 health remaining, and well, that's gone. So there is a Zealot in the base, killing 1 SCV, killing 2 SCV, and picked up. But there are 2 more Zealots are on the way, and the Protoss, well, only 2 gateways and 3 pylons. Yet the Terran is gathering gas, so there will be some opportunity for hacking, and what is it? The bunker is under construction. The bunker is done, so now the Zealots has to run into the base. They attack the factory that's being under construction. The Terran gets out of the bunker a little late, but saves the factory. So 2 Marines in the bunker, that's going to be probably not sufficient for catching these two zealots when they decide to go through the hole here. And this Marine just get out of the... oh, this zealot is still alive. Alright, so now we have still two zealots in the base of the Terran with 3 Marines trying to counter them, and the SCV also following the Zealots. So while new Zealots are getting in here, the bunker is empty now. Oh, and one more SCV falls. Okay, so now 4 Zealots versus 4 Marines, that's absolutely good for Zealots. And there are even more coming in, and the Protoss is finally tacking up. But will he need to tag up? The 6 Zealots in the base will definitely not be good in this situation, because this factory will not produce vultures for a while here. So, oh, and the factory is in the red. 2 Zealots are harassing the mineral line, 3 are harassing the factory, which has only 200 points left, and Terra cannot get out of Vulture. These SCVs were heroes, they welded the Protoss Zealot out of existence. Alright, let's zoom out a little, or zoom in a little, I don't know. F5 gets it, no, F5 doesn't get it, F6 gets back to the normal zoom level. So, 4 more Zealots incoming. 2 Marines in the bunker, 4 at the mineral line. But this is, you don't get hand-to-hand combat with the Zealot, or you will die. Papamaci is only sending Zealots over, and the Terran only has Marines, which is not a good look for Terran, and GG. Alright, so first round has been a win by none other than Papamaci. So let's give him this thing over here. Next up will be on Polaris Rhapsody. So let me load up the replay, and while that is going to happen, what's up with the stream? Is the stream going well? I guess Protoss looks like a hard race. Noob just rush. Alright, I actually wanted to have music playing while I am trying to load the next replay, so let me find the music. Where did I put that? So unfortunately, I woke up just before starting the stream. Sorry for that. Alright, intro, animation, music. Let's, I found some very nice royalty-free music. Enjoy while I load up the next replay.
Watch
Alright, so I hope guys enjoyed the royalty-free music, and what we've got here is top left corner. The Terran player now is Papamaci, so I guess everything is reversed because Ray Gymnor is the Protoss in the bottom right. So will we get a reverse Zealot rush here, or is our Protoss player this time going to play more honorably? I guess that was not that dishonorable, like the Zealot is not as dishonorable as having Dark Templars cruising through the map. So Papamaci also starts with something in the main base this time. So in this map we will have like probably a bigger entrance over there, so that's why I decided to wall up. And of course, always better to wall. I mean, building the wall up, if you can build, that's good, but in general, fighting against melee units with range units from up to down is always better, I guess. And range units versus range units is always better from if you are on the higher level, I guess. And now they meet in the middle, and now they realize the reverse race not distribution, what would you call it? Anyways, so Krautz is stacking up, buying the gas with one gateway, so this is inherently going to be a more honorable play than the 2-gate Zealot rush that we've seen previously. Of course, there is a harassment of the building SCV, while the SCV cannot do much in the Protoss space. So one Zealot is going to come out here. Okay, so this SCV has survived the encounter with 25 health, which is going to be a weak SCV. But we've got our first Marine from Papamaci just positioned above this ramp, while the Zealot almost decided to go after the SCV but changed his mind. Another Zealot coming out while the Cybernetics core is being built in the Protoss base. And we will get at least 3 Marines before the first Zealot approaches, maybe even 4, because the Zealot is coming really slowly. Alright, the Protoss places the first island downstairs, while approaching with the combination of a probe and the Zealot. The probe can be critical in this situation, giving some extra damage to the Marines, but they do not even touch these Terran soldiers up here defending their home, I guess. The factory is being under construction, while this SCV is 9 health left, still scouting for our Terran player Papamaci here. Where is he trying to evade this probe, but ultimately it will succumb to the more superior worker unit of the Protoss, I guess. The Terran will also try to expand here with a bunker. Our Protoss player has a Dragoon, but the Dragoon cannot leave the base because the probe is standing on the middle of the ramp. Yeah, StarCraft, we all love the Dragoon and how they walk and how they talk, I guess. The range is being developed for our Dragoons here. And the Protoss is walking through the map. Well, I guess these 2 Zealots cannot really deal any damage with 4 Marines in this bunker just by the ramp. 1 Marine kind of partially blocking the way. So the Protoss finds this SCV that's going out for scout and decides to follow it for a while. But then the next Dragoon will have to deal with it, and the SCV will not be able to get to the base. What would he find at the base? Not much. At the moment we have... Oh, actually the Protoss expanded just in this second. The Terran is already having a tank, so we got the add-on, so no quick vultures. And I think this one tank should be sufficient here, unless, of course, Papamaci overextends against the Dragoon. These Marines are doing a really good job of the bunker, shooting all the zealots that are trying to snipe the tank. Oh, this Dragoon got shot down really quickly, and we've got siege mode. And one tank, 4 Marines, and the command center has landed. The Protoss has a very wide entrance here, of course, which makes it much more difficult to defend against vulture harassment, which is not coming at the moment. Our Terran player has 2 SCVs only standing next to the refinery instead of mining, while our Protoss is mining fully. We can see that we have 22 versus 25 workers, and that is, I guess, not that bad. But okay, so finally the Terran is on full capacity mining gas. This expansion has a very low worker saturation. This worker has finished fixing the bunker, I guess. So will the Protoss try to put a containment up here? Oh, and also sneakily expanding to the 3rd base at 6-7 minutes. I don't know if that's early or not, but definitely a good idea to expand, I guess, when you can. Especially because the Terran does not have that much at the moment. So you are not afraid of a push, I guess, but maybe you should be, because 5 Marines and 2 tanks would definitely beat 3 or 4 Dragoons over here. And our Protoss only have 2 gateways. And what is this? The observatory. We don't have mines yet, so that observatory will not be important at the moment, but it's better to have some scout than have none, so the information that the observers can gather, even though there are no mines, will be invaluable for our Protoss player once the observers are out. So Terran has 4 tanks, and slowly pushes tanks to a defensive position where the Protoss cannot really block the entrance. He had to move back. I guess this Nexus will work in a moment, I guess, which is nice. Always nice to have a Nexus warping in at your expansion. Oh, this tank has really well, big range, and especially if you have the what is this? The barracks spotting here. Terran is slowly pushing out, so Papamaci is playing kind of the defensive game from the Terran. Very nice tank spreads here, so the Zealots cannot really do much damage, and we've got a missile turret just before the Observer arrives, but the Observer was positioned just at the point when it only took some damage but did not die, which is good. So Protoss doesn't really mine from 3rd base yet and just started mining gas from the 2nd, but the 3rd gateway is up while the tanks are coming out. So I had to check if this game is really on fastest, because, you know, it has a little different tempo when you're just watching and not playing. And I don't want to watch this game in anything but fastest, of course, because that's how the players play the game. Alright, so tanks siege up and then go not sieging, and 3 vultures are placing some mines on the side over there, I guess. Terran has is up to 5 factories. 2 of them has the extension. 3 will be producing vultures, so mines are being placed all over the map, so observers will get more and more important for the Protoss player, who is playing out of 4 gateways at this time versus the 5 factories. So let's see what Gymnor can do here. Okay, so the cannons will be important against the vulture harassment. Probably the main base would also appreciate a little more protection against vultures running into this very well saturated mineral line, but the vultures are not out to harass at the moment. They are playing a more defensive role here. I guess Papamaci was just waiting for enough vultures before moving out with them. I am not really sure what the sieging position of the tanks is supposed to do here. These tanks are very much clumped, not like the Protoss has any splash damage they can do against it, so that is fine. The vultures have moved out, and the Protoss is moving back towards its main base to find some kind of defense against the incoming vulture harassment. How successful it will be? Well, it was successful enough to scare away the vultures. Maybe the Zealots will run into some mines, take some damage. Yeah, they took some damage. But the shields worked out into their favor, and so they ate 3 mines instead of just 2. I guess even though there is no upgrade on them, this 1 armor, even on the non-upgraded Zealot, is good against mine. It's seemingly. Now the vultures are out of position. Protoss is running in with the Zealots, destroying tanks and trading quite favorably up until this point, but now the vultures are back and picking up some of the Zealots, while the tanks absolutely destroyed these Protoss Dragoons out there. And I guess I should set up my setup to be able to read the chat while doing the stream, because I am full screen on StarCraft and full screen on the streaming software on my other monitor, so no reading the chat for me, I guess. So I'm sorry if you are pointing out something that I haven't seen. I will read it after the match is over. So our Protoss is finally working on the well, there is a Dark Arts Master here, the Invisible Man, who according to Alajos always wins the matches. Well, that 1 Invisible Man got picked up after a well-placed scan. Protoss is on 4 bases while the Terran is only on 2. This is going to be something when the Terran will have to be efficient, I guess, cost efficient. The Terran is generally more cost efficient than the Protoss. Oh, there was some mine explosions. Let's zoom out a little. Let's see this exchange of fire. From a bird's eye view, I guess. If you are watching this on your phone, I am horribly sorry for your experience. Let's zoom in for the people who are watching on their phones. Okay. So the Terran army is moving to this elevated area, trying to fight off these 3 Dragoons that are fighting very honorably and almost pick up the last. Oh, and Dragoons survived with only 19 health remaining. I guess the Protoss already has the +1 attack, while Terran is also on +1 attack. So this elevated ground is very good position for the tanks, and the mine drag did not work out. This mine got triggered but then had to go back to the ground, which was good for the Terran, I guess, because if this exploded here, then that would have hurt this tank over there. So Terran has pushed right up until the Protoss natural, but the Terran has not expanded behind this yet. and is losing vultures all the time. So the Zealots would be able to cause a little more damage. Protoss is still on 4 gateways though, and only producing Zealots. A few vultures have arrived as, I guess, reinforcements. More tanks are coming in. These mines are very well placed, very strategically placed. There is a probe hiding there. I guess these units are rallied out to this point, which will not be to their advantage. The anti-vulture harassment photon cannons are falling. Our Protoss has somewhat higher population, but most of it is probes. So Terran has a bigger army than the Protoss, and the Terran is at the Protoss natural. That's never a good sign for the Protoss players. So Gymnor, especially if he keeps losing his fresh units at the rally points, that will not be good for him on the long term. So finally he decides to move up towards the tanks. Oh, that mine got picked up in the last minute. That was a very nice mine, killing at least 5 Zealots over there, but only tanks and 1 vulture remains, and the Invisible Man is starting to pick up the tanks. Of course, the Invisible Man does not tank as well as the Zealots, so these 2 tanks remain here and 2 more arrive as reinforcements. But the Protoss put up gateways at the expansion, so that's good because... Oh, and expanded his production at the main base too, and prepared for the Arbiters to come out. He definitely has gas, but now the natural is losing its probes. The Protoss probe count is falling. These Templars do not have enough energy to be useful, and now vultures are in the main base picking up the probes that have not been mining. I guess if you stack up, you got picked up. Picked up? Oh, so there was a Dark Templar doing some work over there. And Gymnor taps out. We have ended this with another Papamaci victory, mastering both Terran and Protoss in this matchup. So we can see here we got 2-0. Papamaci has won this round. And ladies and gentlemen, we will move to the next, which will probably be, yeah, this should be, I guess. Let's go to the chat first. Let me see what I missed during the game. I will check out the chat. No one's really writing anything in the chat, so I guess I did not miss much here. Passive defensive Terrans waiting for the 12 carriers. Yeah, I guess that must have been his strategy. So let's I have to be more familiar with my 2 monitor setup here for this. So we will go through. Okay, what should we do next? So what I have PMate versus Kumbi. We've got Zorro versus Monster Truck. We have Nice Micro versus Molotska. And we also have Krautz Alajos versus Kroye. So in this situation, the matchups that you see on the top of your screen are kind of the more advanced level players. So they've got the +3 here, and the more on the bottom we've got the less advanced level players. So who do you want to see next? I'll bring this to the chat. So write in the chat who you want to see, which matchups do you want me to load up. And let's listen to some music while we load up the next thing over there.
Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Yo, I got
got a lot of shit to say, so I'ma do this every day. I'll be writing things until I'm fucking buried in my grave. 6 feet deep under, but my body won't decay. Cause my messages are timeless, so they'll put them on display. Oh yeah, I rap with a certainty, I have a sense of urgency. A message for eternity, for everyone internally. I had some people burning me, but now they fucking learn to see I ain't the one to fuck with, now they looking nervously. And I don't really care what you think of me respectfully. You can kick rocks if you think you're fucking better, see. I will outwork you, turn you to an enemy. Hurt you so bad that you're gonna need some therapy. I got the motherfucking recipe. I've been cooking up hits, I'ma leave a legacy. You'll be looking small when you're standing right next to me. I'm 5'10", bitch, but I'm 10 feet next to me.
I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build.
Alright, I guess I might get age restricted for this one. I have not realized that I shouldn't play this kind of music on a StarCraft tournament. That is a shame to the community. So let's get into our first game of PMate versus Kumbi. Terran versus Terran. They are very well established players in the Knights Micro League scene. So we will jump into the first match in a moment.
You got me like, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan, they know that we're calling it bluff. Hey, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan, they know that we're calling it bluff. You got me like, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan, they know that we're calling it bluff.
Okay, so is the game going to show up on the stream? No? Alright, then I guess we just have to screen record whole screen. Anyways, so let's see what we've got here. Kumbi on the top left corner and PMate, our friend Mate, in the right bottom, and our friend Kumbi on the left top, I guess. So, and as the game is picking up, let's analyze their SCV distribution over here. Mate's SCVs are mining well, Kumbi's SCVs are mining well. We could compare their minerals. Well, Mate is a little quicker there, I guess. His SCV mining strategy is paying up better. Is this a problem with the map? Is this a problem with our players here? We don't know, and it doesn't really matter actually. But what else do we look at the beginning of a TVT? There is not gonna be any strange rush up here, I guess. There's not gonna be any rush over here. This supply depot is going up to the corner, to the furthest part in the map away from his opponent. Well, this depot is below the command center, I don't know what that means. And the white SCV goes out scouting first. So Mate is the more curious soul here who wants to see what is his opponent up to. While Kumbi is already building, well, both of them are building the barracks, but Kumbi's barracks is a bit more progressed, and now we've got the gas. We don't have gas at this point. Yeah, I guess it has to wait until the minerals are collected. So Mate is the first to scout, but that means, of course, a little bit behind on the build order, but that time difference will not be meaningful, I think. Especially on this level. We are not on ASL level StarCraft here, as you might have guessed, but still gonna be good, I'm gonna tell you. He's gonna find his opponent, will figure out that this is exactly the same build. Well, not exactly the same build, because Mate is building a marine, while Kumbi is not. Kumbi is floating the barracks out and is already working on the factory, while Mate is... What is he up to? He is not building another marine, only one. Of course, this factory will be much more quicker than the white factory from Mate, which just started. And now this scouting SCV from Kumbi is at the gates and turns back after the marine shots at him. This barracks is floating to somewhere. I guess, oh, now it's changed the direction. So the barracks is moving into this corner in case the opponent is over there. Now the barracks is just started to moving towards the actual enemy base. Mate has not floated his barracks yet, but is started building this. Okay, now something I say and the player, just like if he read my mind in the past, does what I want talking about, not doing. So, Vulture is out for the yellow Terran over here. The white Terran Mate is first building the machine shop. There is no add-on on Kumbi's side yet, so they definitely have a different approach to the games. Kumbi is definitely into the vultures more, but not like he's building more. He started the add-on now. Has 2 vultures and picked up a scouting SCV in the middle of the map. There is the vulture speed upgrade from Mate, and he is also building 2 vultures. So in the beginning of a TVT, vulture duels are kind of a trend nowadays. And well, this vulture will end up being shot at by the marine, but picks up the marine. But now we have 2 white vultures here and 1 yellow. So Mate is on the defensive here, has the edge because the other vulture from Kumbi got stuck near these walls. Kumbi is already expanding though, and has 4 vultures out. Mate also has 4 vultures out and is producing from 3 gateways. Kumbi has the starport and 2 gateways, but already building the expansion, so the economic advantage might end up on Kumbi's side on the long term, but Mate is already out and going for that sweet revenge and almost picks up a vulture on the map. Okay, so that lonely vulture got picked up by these 4, and there are only 2 vultures defending on Kumbi's side, so this is exactly the timing. And GG, Mate won the first match. What a quick, decisive move. Moves out the vultures at the exact time he needs to move them out. Very, very nice. Very well done. So I guess we are moving on to Polaris Rhapsody, if I am not mistaken. And so while we're doing that, why don't we listen to some more music, I guess? Okay, I guess the microphone was muted. So, the game just started, so nothing have been lost here. I did not add any useful commentary while the mic was off. I hope the mic is on now, it seems like it's on. So, Mate on the bottom right corner and Kumbi on the top left corner, and someone asks in the chat whether submissive marines count as submarines, and I guess they could. And they should, because there are no other types of submarines in this game, so at least the marines that submit should be the submarines. Okay, so Mate is going for the barrack, no, what, not barracks, supply depot. Kumbi is going for the supply depot. Also, there was a question in the chat whether, what was the question? Whether the GG was premature or not, because there were other vultures defending, or other vultures positioned on the other side of the map for Kumbi, and I guess it probably, like, I mean, those are not really that useful if they are not at the point where they have to defend. If the enemy vultures get into your main base, that's kind of game over already, I would think. And maybe Kumbi just felt that it would be impossible for him to micro in a way that the vultures don't get up to the main base while the other vultures also get home. And, well, yeah, I'm not sure. I don't exactly remember how many of vultures he had outside of his base. So Mate is going to scout first here. The barracks will be completed at about the same time. Yeah, Mate is a little later, but his SCV is already in Kumbi's base, looking for what's going on. Kumbi is floating his barracks out without producing any marines, and there are no marines produced by Mate either, but oh, he just started producing the marine. So whatever I say, the player will do it 2 seconds later. Whatever I say they are not doing, they will be doing it. So what do I press to follow the SCV constantly? Right click. Alright. 2 SCVs defending this ramp with 1 marine behind. Oh, but the SCV is not hold position, but he gets it back. Oh. Okay, the SCVs go back to work. The marine goes downstairs. There are no marines, of course, on Kumbi's side. His factory will be finished first. So Mate's wait, what? No, Mate is the white, so his factory will be finished first. And Kumbi's factory is still a bit behind, but his second factory is going up much... oh, and there is a starport under construction for Mate. So what is it going to be? 2-port Wraith? Well, it might be. But there is also a starport from Kumbi next to his second factory. So vultures are coming out from Kumbi. But, okay, so the vulture production has not started yet on Mate's side. And yes, 2 starports are being built, ladies and gentlemen. Starport, 2-port Wraith. That's the weirdest strategy for Terran versus Terran, and that's what I love in this game, when people do weird things. So the vulture is slowly cruising through the map, but will be stopped by this wall in. Wow, engineering bay for walling in. That's a nice concept. And the first Wraith is going to be produced very soon. And on the other side of the map, we are going for dropships. There is a problem. There is nothing against air on this side of the map. And not even an engineering bay to build things. Missile turrets, that's the thing I was thinking about. Do we already have one wraith? I guess the first is already out, yes. Flying to the corner, trying to be hidden. So Kumbi at the moment he sets the wall in, but doesn't see... He sees the wall in, he doesn't see the starports. Did he start to do anything against air? No. No armory, no... nothing. And he saw the wraith? I guess wraith? Wrath? So the wraith is in, and two of them are in and will pick this dropship up in no time. Wraiths are good against air and dropships have no defense against air. So counter wrath is being produced while also armory and engineering bay. This expansion is denied for the time being, but these wraiths are absolutely useless against buildings. So what I'm going to be doing here is picking up workers to slow down production. The first wraith is out from the defender, but is being repaired. But oh no, the Ed series were too late. They did not manage to get there due to this factory. But of course, Kumbi is keeping Mate under some vulture containment, but Mate doesn't care, he's just producing wraiths. He's got a lot of minerals though, and some gas he should be spending on something, because he's not spending enough of the own wraith, and the repair is just enough, so he picks up one of the enemy wraiths, but not all of them. Can he start building Goliaths? He has the money for Goliaths, yes. And the first one is out, and he starts building a missile turret, which will be important once the cloak finishes for our attacker here. So Kumbi is losing a lot of his workers. He's down 4 workers, but has the Goliaths, has the... what is this? The missile turret over there. Of course, he could not start working from the second base yet, but the Goliaths will drive away the wraith. So what is Mate pivoting towards? Well, just the cloak, and started the machine shop on the only factory he has. He's building another command center, he wants to float it down there. So what are the wraiths doing? So 4 of them are here. 2 of them are hunting this barracks. Where is Kumbi's dropship? Oh, did Kumbi not send his dropship over yet? Okay, so there is no drop-based harassment, but the vulture contain is being picked up by the flying machines over here. And yeah, this, even when you have 6 of these guys, they will slowly but surely erode the health of a barracks. So now Kumbi is out of barracks, cannot build more factories. Okay, he decided to destroy his own missile turret over there. I guess it was blocking mining too much. 3 vultures are in this dropship. The dropship is going without any escorts. And oh my, oh my, oh my. These wraiths, will they intercept? Okay, no, so they moved up and the dropship is going in a more angled path over to the enemy base. We have 8 of the wraiths here, but there are 2 Goliaths and the missile turret over here, and 2 more Goliaths up here, and there are 3 defending wraiths. What is he waiting for? Well, okay, the dropship got kicked off in the last minute. Oh my. These 2 wraiths were well positioned, and now all these other 8 is moving back to the base. What? Kumbi gave up, and I did not see what's going on, so let me just scroll back in time. Why did he give up? Alright, I guess the game is doing its thing when it's not doing its thing. Oh no, I shouldn't have trusted in the time reversal aspect. So let's read the chat. What do they say? It really looked GG. The attacker has more production and more units. Yeah, I guess. What? Or was it still about the previous game? Yeah, it might have been about the previous game in the chat. So please, StarCraft, do your thing. Okay. So what is? Let's speed this up a little. So the vulture drop will fail. And then, yeah, these two raids pick up the vulture drop. We've seen that. But these vultures just start to go home. So what happens here that makes it a GG? I don't understand. Nothing happened here. Okay, so I didn't miss anything on the map. So what probably happened, I guess, is that he thought he cannot... Oh, maybe he did not see the tanks yet, though. Mate had much lower production. He has only one factory, 2 starports. Well, there are only 2 factories and 1 starport on this side of the map, too. So maybe it wasn't as premature as I thought. Okay, this was not GG, that's what the experts say in the chat. Life is short, don't waste it on TVT. Well, I guess then there is nothing else we can do but give our Mate one more win. So we've got 2-0 2 times. Let's move on to our next game, and I am very curious about Zorro versus Monster Truck. Should we go with that one or should we go with Krautz Alajos versus Kroye? Gave up mentally, clumsy wandering Goliath, turret in the way, dropship died. Yeah, I guess that's a good assessment, that it was more of a mental defeat. Like the things he wanted to do, he did not manage to do them, so he decided not to bother. Okay, so Zorro, Krautz, or Nice Micro, these are the 3 matches left, and the people want Kroye versus Krautz Alajos. So that's what the people are going to get after a little music. Hey, I guess I have not turned on the microphone. I will have to refine my streaming setup here. I am sorry. So all I was saying is that there's nothing that excites me more than seeing more TVT. And, well, we haven't seen any TVT with a good macro game in it. We've only seen this kind of early aggression, mind melting, I guess, phase of the Terran game. Okay, so this SCV is not working over there. It pretends to work. Okay, it was looking at the mineral, did not mine it. Now this... okay, this is very cute. Alright. So, blue is Krautz Alajos, as you might not be able to read this on the top right corner. He is scouting. Kroye is not yet scouting, but builds a supply depot. And I guess we've got the barracks and the gas from Krautz Alajos already. Very nicely timed out. Kroye is kind of got behind because of the lazy SCV here. And builds a second supply depot, while the scout got stuck over there for Krautz Alajos. Is he going to build any units, or is he going to go for the factory first? Let's see what he's up to. So, I should preface this match, I should have prefaced this match. I guess it's too late to preface anything while it's in the middle of something, but Kroye, our friend Kroye here, is very new to the game. This is his first nice micro league, and I guess one of the first matches he ever plays StarCraft. He is an Age of Empires player, so we'll see how much that translates into this game. Oh, there is harassment from Krautz Alajos. There was nothing happened to stop this harassment, but he got scared away anyways. This is how you know we're dealing with... Oh, okay, now there is... Okay, this SCV attacks back, but is getting obliterated. And there are two factories on the way for Krautz Alajos. And building the machine shop first. Okay, so Kroye decided to stock up on the Marines here and produce as much of them as possible. And decided to put down an academy. Alright, is it going to be a Marine Medic in Terran versus Terran? That's going to be something new, I guess. I have seen Marine Medic played in Terran versus Protoss, which turned out well. Oh, but no, the Vulture is out, so one Vulture beats infinite number of Marines almost. Two Marines, what are they gonna do? So Kroye has not expanded yet. And still, okay, he's stocked up on 5 Marines. He does have enough money to build another barracks, I guess, if he wants to. Well, he has enough money to build 3 more. But still just stocking up on Marines in 1. Krautz Alajos already has 3 Vultures, 4, and 2 more coming out. With mines, oh no, mines destroy Marines. So, what is this academy going to do? Supply depot, more lazy SCVs here. So we've got 6 Marines coming out when 4 Marines are coming in. So that, or what is it, not Marines, 4 Vultures. 4 Vultures. Okay, but the Marines come out. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! The mines! Okay, but at least the mines killed one of the Vultures too. So now Kroye is in trouble, because Marines coming out one by one get picked up by the Vulture. 2 Vultures one-shot a Marine because 1 Vulture is 20 damage and the Marine has only 40 hit points. The SCVs have a little more, they have 50, so... Oh no, the mines! The mines! but the SCVs are heroes over here. Kroye has more than 1,000 minerals, decides not to spend it. Yes, this is one of like the hardest part of StarCraft, I think, is to keep up with your like the production, keep up. So first of all, you have to learn to maximize your mineral mining, which I think he's doing it quite well. I don't have any complaints about that part of his gameplay, but then you also have to decide to spend your money. And of course, you can spend your money by buying stuff, especially units that can attack. Okay, fire bat. Fire bats explode. And will he just leave 4 mines in one clump? This mine destroys this fire bat. So that was a GG for Krautz Alajos winning his first match. So, well played, Krautz Alajos. You can see he only lost in the history of Nice Micro League, and this is his first win. And Kroye, in his first match in the Nice Micro League, got a loss in TVT. Well, TVT is not really the most intuitive of matchups. So, for a short while, overall improvement of Kroye's economy is -3 SCVs to initial vouchers, 5 idle workers sent to mine instead. That is true. Alright, let's load up the next replay here. Alright, we're back to the next game here of Kroye versus Krautz Alajos. So Kroye is on the bottom right corner and Krautz Alajos is in the bottom left corner. I wonder what are the conclusions the two players got out of their first match. And how do they prepare for this one? What will they do? So this is a 3-player map. It's if you are not really familiar with 3-player maps, it can be difficult to exactly scout the main bases. So you have to be familiarized with the maps. Like 4-player bases or 4-player maps are much easier because almost all the time these are just in the bases are in the corners, so you can, even if you never play the map, you can find your enemy. 3-player bases, they have all this kind of wacky setups. Like generally it's like the equilateral triangle, but how is the triangle rotated? That is always the question. So let's see what is Krautz Alajos is up to. So building the first barracks already. while on the other side we only have the supply depot finishing up. Let's I am rooting for Kroye, so I am always interested in seeing what people who never played StarCraft before, how do they try to accommodate themselves. Okay, engineering bay first is not really the correct choice in Terran vs Terran, but what happened here is that Krautz actually found one of the other bases, so he must know. Oh, double barracks. That is very rude from Krautz here. So I'm wondering what is going on here. So engineering bay is good for improving your marines, like you can do research in it, and this is kind of the building you need to have missile turrets, but missile turrets are only good against air. Okay, so this is an interesting type of harassment coming out of Krautz here, attacking the refinery. So, the refinery is down 40 hit points, and now he is harassing the SCV building the supply depot. And this SCV does not finish the supply depot. In the meantime, we have 2 barracks, but no marines produced yet on this side of the map. So first, okay, the marine production is started with an academy on the way, and the barracks is being built here. The supply depot is not finished. You can just send an SCV to finish unfinished buildings, but instead he's chasing this harassing SCV. So he could spend his money on buying some kind of the improvements. What is this called? The +1 attack or something. While his enemies started gathering a strike force here. I guess Krautz is spending his money effectively. He decided he's not going to go to the vulture attack if his opponent is only buying marines. He just needs to buy more marines faster, I guess. And he is building the comset station. Wonder why he felt the need for that. Or will he play this defensively with these marines? Will he attack out? Well, he's also not spending his money now. Okay, so the supply depot has been finished while I was not looking, and marine production is queued up. I wonder if he's going to build another barracks or a factory or something. He has the money for that. He should build more supply depots. You have only 26 out of 34. Why do you build more supply depots? 2 more? That's a lot of additional supply depots you don't need at this point. Alright, let's see, 8 marines here and medics on the way. Oh, we have already medics here. So, Kroye's building pattern is a little random here. Will he build another barracks? Will these SCVs start to mine sometime? Okay, they start to mine. There are still idle SCVs. This is like 25 SCVs. It's a very oversaturated mineral line. On the other side, we only have 15 SCVs. That's, I guess, kind of alright. How many marines does he want to collect before moving? Okay, he's already moving out. And Kroye has the higher supply, but the lower military. More supply depots. I don't understand what's going on here. So, I mean, supply depots only cost 100. Marines won't, hence the other marines get gunned down without even shooting once. Oops. Yeah, if you just right-click your units, then they will just move and they won't even care if they are attacked. So I'm wondering if these SCVs are idling because there's just too much of them and they just cannot find any free minerals to mine. So the first scan comes out, finds +1 is being built, so +1 being researched for Kroye. That is going to be helpful, but I mean the numbers advantage, and there is also the Steam pack. Alright. Okay, 1 kill! And they die. Yeah, the second barracks is very late at 1,600 minerals. The SCVs go, fight, and get obliterated by the Marines. Oh, I have not seen Marines obliterate SCVs before, but this is not a pretty sight. A lot of fireworks, a lot of explosions. So these were very unorthodox, you might say, very unorthodox TVTs. We haven't seen the classic macro positional games in TVT. We've seen mass marine medic against mass SCV, I guess, in this case. So another victory for Krautz Alajos, who is not me, by the way. He's using my image, my likeness, with my explicit approval, but he's not me. I am a nice micro. So, are people still watching the stream? So yes, there are still people watching the stream. So, +1 attack for the pacifist Marines. He built supply depot because he used to play Age of Empires 2 where you start with a bunch of houses. Oh, I see. And we think that the Marines could get a harem of medics. Yeah, that is something that you can do. Alright, let's load up our next games. I will be doing Zorro versus Monster Truck, so take a look at our players. Both of them have been in the NML before, but Monster Truck played by other names and were playing Zerg, so this is why 000 is the stats here. While Zorro has never played against random in the NML, he has 4 wins and 6 losses. Seems like he's good against Protoss, not that good against Zerg and Terran. So let's see what comes his way this time. So we are back, and I should unpause the game here. So, top right corner, we've got Monster Truck, who seemingly got Protoss, and on the top left corner, we've got Zorro, who is playing on the name ZTC470, I guess. On Battle.net, Protoss versus Protoss is the setup, which is not the main race of Monster Truck, or at least not what he used to play. I don't know what is he playing nowadays. I guess he chose random because he does not play that much and wants the element of surprise maybe, or is he generally playing random nowadays? Are people playing random generally? I guess you can do that. I know that in a lot of cases when it's like not 1 versus 1, you might prefer to play random, just to, I don't know, surprise your enemy. Alright, so Monster Truck is opening with something that suggests a quick expand, while of course Zorro does not know what he's up against, so he plays his pylon close to his main mineral line, so he can just put down a gateway here and maybe micro around the gateway. What sense does it make? Not much. I guess he can kind of try to block Zerglings from going through here. But in general, I guess his strategy. Monster Truck is doing a gateway expand against a Protoss, which is weird, unless of course he puts down another gateway. So forward gateway, 2-gate rush. And of course Zorro, playing against random, knows that his enemy is more kind of can play more cheesy. So once you play random and you have to be acceptably good at all 3 races, playing cheese is kind of the way you can do that. And I'm sorry for my microphone clipping, I will have to do something with my audio. So first Zealot is being produced on both sides almost at the exact same time, so second gateway gets done for Zorro, and Zorro scouts the 2-gate, the forward 2-gate. I guess it's not a gate expand, it's a forward 2-gate, and the Zealot attacks the probe attacks back, but only manages to take 8 of the shields. Okay, so he cancelled something here. I guess that must have been... I don't know what that must have been, I didn't see. It wouldn't make sense if it was a cybernetics core because he doesn't have a gas yet. And why did he cancel? Maybe it was a forge, because he was expecting Zerg. And 2 of these Zealots are going out. 3 actually. To attack, and there are 3 Zealots on the defense with 1 probe going to scout. Oh, the probe gets hurt and the Zealot is getting distracted. 2 Zealots, 3 Zealots were distracted, but now they are going to attack. Now the shield battery goes down. I don't think you need that because these 3 Zealots will stop the incoming Zealots disproportionately well. Now the cybernetics core is done. Our other Protoss player has just started the gas production. He pumped out a lot of Zealots, but if you cannot go upstairs here on this ramp, and these 4 Zealots will basically stand here until infinity times. So a Monster Truck will have to come up with something. So he's building the cybernetics core. So he has technically more Zealots here, not anymore. But still, the ESC attacking up on the ramp is just not gonna work out. So the best he can do is try to contain Zorro, but Zorro also has 5 Zealots and he rotated the ones with the injured shields. He sent them back for the shield battery. Wow. Oh, but the Dragoons are being produced here. Well, I guess there are no Dragoons yet on Monster Truck's side. Even though the cybernetics core is done, more pylons are being made. The Dragoons are being produced here and we are getting a forge. Is Monster Truck going to expand to increase his economy in this situation? Or is he just going to spam more Zealots in the hope of overpowering his opponent? Well, I guess at this moment he has 8 zealots and 2 more coming, while on this side we have 5 zealots and 2 dragoons, but the dragoons are behind the impenetrable wall of the zealots above the ramp. So these zealots have very low chance of actually being able to get up there, even though more are... No, there is a probe going out. Okay, so finally Monster Truck is also producing dragoons. And he's going for the range. Do we have range already here? I'm not sure. A lot of zealots. A lot of zealots here and a few dragoons. I think Monster Truck should be expanding. And he is doing a sneaky one, I guess. In this situation, that is kind of... He's counting on his opponent scouting his main base and he wants to... I don't know. Maybe he is afraid of Dark Templars coming out, and if Dark Templars come out, it's better to have your other base far away. What was this? Oh, there was a zealot going out and then being chased. Okay, so... Monster Truck amassed some zealots here and more dragoons are coming in, so the defensive side is still lower on army, I guess. Like, Monster Truck has 60 supply and Zorro only has 45, but he is in the defensive position. Of course, Monster Truck is doing the expansion, so on the long term, Monster Truck will do better if only he does not waste on his army on worthless attacks here. More dragoons coming up, so he is definitely going to be able to contain his enemy here. Question is, of course, what is Zorro's response to that? And observer. And in the meantime, the expansion has been created, so the economic engine for our yellow products here will start to go brrr very soon. He's putting down some defensive cannons against possible DT incursions, which is, I think, something that, like, if you are stuck on one base, like as a product like this, DT drop is one of the things you might think can equalize your situation, and this is what he thinks while probably building this citadel, so I'm not sure. Maybe he just wants zealot legs. Could he move out? There are like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 dragoons and I guess 10 zealots over here. And on this side we have 8, 9 dragoons. Yeah, he could probably not move out successfully, but that's the problem. Monster Truck already started mining over there. He has 37 probes versus the 23 of Zorro. So Zorro is in kind of a pickle over here, even though the third gateway is being started, and well, I guess Monster Truck have not started his third gateway yet. What is he doing here? Okay, he's moving the zealots forward, which is a sensible thing to do. This zealot over here will not be able to do much. Dragoons, am I right? And is he going to put water pylons? So he is going to... Okay, Zorro is going for the zealot legs and going for more zealots. In this situation, wouldn't a reaver be a good idea? I mean, he could drop zealots on his enemy, that's also possible. Of course, as time passes by, Monster Truck is building his probe count up one by one. He's not transferring any probes from the other side of the map, which is, I guess, sensible decision. Well, okay, so Zorro is preparing the shield update, and he already has the attack update, while there are no updates as of yet for the attacker here. So will he be able to go on the offensive here with this slow shuttle? What are these three zealots doing? They are... Oh, he only drops down... He only elevators the zealots down. Okay. That is actually a very smart idea. Because the enemy, the attacker, monster truck, has his zealots forward. So attacking from the behind will make sense. So... we can see that now the economic engine starts to kick in for monster truck. He has 4 gateways. He built the robotics support bay and will start to build a river soon. So Zorro has to do something or he will perpetually be left behind. He only started 2 more, well, he started 2 more gateways though. The elevator zealots are coming down. The dragoons have a hard time fighting their way downstairs on this ramp. But almost all the zealots that were elevated down fallen. And now Monster Truck has the zealot advantage. And Zorro has to retreat back up. His zealots are too far behind. Some of his retreating dragons get picked up without doing any damage to the enemy. But now 5 gateways are up. But does he have enough mining to support those 5 gateways? And 5 gateways are also up for Monster Truck, and he already has 2 bases and is waiting to put down the 3rd one. Zorro will have to do something radical. Oh, Templar Archive, so does he pivot to the Invisible Man? Well, there is no observer here as of yet. The observer that was there got picked up and there was no new observers on there. The Reaver is building the scarabs while we are waiting for a shuttle on Monster Truck side. And Monster Truck decided to put down another sneaky expansion in the bottom right position. So... Spotter pylon over there, very smart. Okay, there is an observer. So DTs won't make sense anymore. He should maybe he could do achieve something with storms. He has some gas, and soon he will only have gas, as the mineral is running low on these patches. So he can grab a few free kills here as... no, not even. Just damage a few of these dragoons as they wander off too close there. Okay, so this... okay, this is going to be funny. The DTs started to smash over there as the observer moved up, and there is also going to be... so Monster Truck is not even phased by these DTs, or not much, because he has a Reaver over here. Well, the Reaver was dropped in the range of the cannon, but it doesn't really matter, it's blowing up. It's blowing up SC, or what is it, probes. And we have 12 probes left on the side of Zorro. The shuttle and the Reaver went down, but that does not really matter. This exchange was absolutely favored for Monster Truck, who has his 3rd base up with no mining yet, but already started his 4th. So Zorro moves out against the DTs that picked up. They did some damage before that. So Zorro is too late to do something. I would venture to say that... okay, so DTs. New DTs are out. If he could only pick up that observer, but he does not have his own observer around here at the moment. Oh, and there is another observer from Monster Truck, so... oh, but what is this? A hidden expansion that just got... oh, I didn't even see when he did that. Hidden expansion of Wonderland got picked up because... well, that is how Monster Truck plays this game. Hidden expansions, so he knows to look for hidden expansions. And finally, Zorro manages to break the contain, but loses the what was there, the nexus over there. Cannot do much about it. Well, he has a gateway producing Dark Templars, while also has the numeric advantage or numbers advantage on the middle of the map, until he reaches this elevated point where, oh, that's a lot of dragoons, and you don't fight dragoons upstairs. And he's got crap. The Zealots pick up this gateway before the Dark Templars get out, so Monster Truck is absolutely dominating this game at the moment, and not just at the moment, from the beginning. He did a very nice contain on his enemy. Zorro did not break the contain on time, so Monster Truck could expand without impunity. And GG, we are giving the first win to Monster Truck, and we are going to move to the next map. Sylphid, what is the chat saying? The chat says, nice micro. We only play random on ladder with Monster Truck. We suck. That's what Papamaci said in the chat. Alright, so this was a game. This was an interesting game, actually. Very much GG. So, Monster Truck got his first win in the Nice Micro League with Random, and best game today. I guess so. This was a nice game. So let's play some music and load the next replay.
Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet, damn, ain't that great. I don't wanna go to work, cause my boss is a jerk, and I'm not even that paid. I need a change in my life, cause I don't feel alive, and there's nothing that makes me happy. Hold my beer for a minute, I'm about to quit my job, cash in for a ticket. I'm going on a trip and I don't plan to visit. I'm gonna stay there till I feel like I'm winning, and this is just the beginning. I need a big change, help me feel like living. I need a big swing, home runs I'm hitting, and I'll never look back, moving on till I get it all. And we all got dreams, we all want things, but what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be? And do you believe you can do anything? But what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be? Let's go! Hey! Yeah, this is my life, my strife, my right to fight, to die on. And this is my game to play, to claim a brand new name, And I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm a bit nervous that I might screw everything up that I've ever done. But what's the point of living if you ain't having fun? I guess I'll try this, try that, might miss, gotta find what I'm good at. I guess I look here, look there, over where am I scared, where am I at? I gotta make it in this life, whatever makes me happy, know I'm doing things right. Sipping in the summer on a goose and Sprite, or find a nightclub for the end of the night, And we all got dreams, we all want things, but what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be? And do you believe you can do anything? But what you gonna do for it?
Okay, so we are in the game and we can see Zorro on the bottom and Monster Truck got Krautz again on the left. So, is he going to play the same game as previously? What kind of effect had the last game on Zorro's mental state? How will he be more well prepared for whatever is coming up? Well, we'll find out very soon, I guess. So, let me just look at the game. I was checking out my background for some reason, because I don't know. So, what's going on here? Mineral mining. What's going on here? Mineral mining and gateway building. So, this time Monster Truck builds the gateway in the base. Both of them are scouting, so Zorro's gateway is a bit late, I guess. Maybe he did not boost mining well enough with his micro. And very quick gas from Monster Truck, so this is not going to be a Zealot rush. But, okay, Zorro, they met. The two probes met on the map. Does Zorro know that it's a Protoss? Well, I guess he knows, but even if he did not know, putting down the second gateway still makes sense. So the only time it does not make sense if you play against Terran, but in that case, you know, even if he didn't realize he's playing against Protoss, he could still, you know, cancel the gateway right now if he saw that his enemy is only playing one gate. But I guess he did not see that, and he wants to play a very aggressive Zealot game. He has 3 gateways, even though he is supply blocked at the moment. He needs the pylon more than an additional gateway. He cannot produce more Zealots at this time. On the other side of the map we have 1 Zealot and the Cybernetics core is already done. And once the Dragoons start to come out, the 3-gate Zealot production will not be sufficient. Okay, this Zealot fights off the probe. This probe is running back. This Zealot is going on the offensive. Well, I guess if he's okay, so Monster Truck is actually buying Zealots and not Dragoons. So I guess you need to have sufficient number of Dragoons to not die to the Zealots, because Zealots hurt Dragoons more efficiently than Dragoons hurt Zealots, if the Zealots can get to the Dragoons. But slow Zealots have to overwhelm the Dragoons in numbers, which I guess might be the case here, because 3-gate versus 2-gate. Well, 1, 2... Okay, so maybe is Monster Truck trying to block his entrance here? Yes, he is trying to do that, and he can just put Dragoons behind these 2 Zealots. These 2 Zealots will buy a lot of time, and well, we only got 3 Zealots out on the map at the moment. Well, the 2 more are going, and there is 1 here blocking the entrance. No gas mining as of yet from Zorro. Oh, but he catches the scouting probe, his enemy, which is good. He put these 3 Zealots up there. Is he going? I guess he's just trying to contain. He's not trying to do anything fancy. But the Citadel of Adun is already down, so we only have a few minutes until the DTs are gonna come, and there are no signs on this side of the map for Zorro to prepare against the Dark Templars at all. Will this be a DT drop? Probably not. So, Monster Truck attacks out and does not manage to plug in the entrance properly, but seemingly the attacking Zealots get also confused here. Will Zorro goes enough. Oh well, he will cause enough damage. 3 Dragoons, you have to micro perfectly against this many Zealots, and Monster Truck is not going to do that. But the Templar Archives are done, and the DTs are coming out. But there is just too many Zealots here, 6 of them, and 2 more incoming, 3 more incoming. These Zealots will obliterate all probes before these DTs can do anything. And let's not forget that the DTs, while are very strong, they are not magic. Oh, the probes ran away, but there were 3 Zealots already over them. The DTs, 2 DTs are out. One of the gateways got unpowered by the Ross Island, so he has to defend this island. He wants to the Master Truck cannot really protect his base with just these 2 DTs. Well, it's not like he will have observers coming in short order, so Master Truck still has some time to recover. Puts down another gateway over there. He has a forge, but does not have any minerals to do anything with it. No cannons. Okay, and Zorro knows what he needs to do. He needs to disrupt the mining as much as he can. He cannot let Monster Truck to recover from this situation, because these DTs will cause him some trouble on the map, but not in his base, because he already has the photon cannons, so DTs cannot destroy his economy, but the DTs can defend the Monster Truck's base. So unless, of course, Zorro starts to spend his money correctly here, he'll be in some kind of trouble, I guess. Well, Monster Truck will soon find out that he cannot play offensively with these Dark Templars. And the robotics facility is being made, so soon he won't be able to play defensively with them either. So Monster Truck needs to come up with something if he wants to recover from this position. Is he going to hide another expansion? He does not really have the money for expansion. He just checks out whether there are any units at his entrance. He decides to use these DTs as kind of containment. Zorro is building the Citadel of Adun. Is he going to go for fast Zealot legs? I guess Zealots are the only units he'd be buying this game, besides the probes, of course. And now the observatory goes down, so soon these DTs will be absolutely worthless. Of course, I don't see any way for Monster Truck to recover from this position, so he could theoretically plug up his entrance, buy some time, maybe put a pylon here, put some photon cannons behind it, but does he have the money for that? And I think he does not. First observer is on its way to being produced, and there is just an ungodly amount of Zealots here waiting for that observer. So they can obliterate these 4 DTs. The question, I guess, is, well, Monster Truck is like perfect instinct, moves this DTs out to put them in a shuttle, but this will be absolutely useless, as we already have a photon cannon over there. I guess he could probably destroy the photon cannon before DTs die, but then observer production is continuous, and these Zealots will kill his base before he can do anything. So 3 Zealots, 2 Dragoons won't cut it against this incoming force. And of course, the DTs don't even go for the And they go for the robotics facility, which is not gonna... Okay, so these zealots will try to break into the base here while... So of course, going through this will be not cost effective, but Zorro does not have to be cost effective because he already picked up 2 DTs here. Picked up all the DTs. And he has way enough material here. So finally, we've got to a position of 1-1. Third game is going to come up here. Third game will be played finally. Let me see what is the YouTube chat going on about. Yeah, the previous game was the best game. That's what people say, and people are still watching, so let's move into, let's load up the next replay here, and let's move into the final match between Zorro and Monster Truck.
Yeah, make all the demons quiet. Yeah, we were built to thrive. Yeah, I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night? Yeah, make all the demons quiet. Yeah, we were built to thrive. Yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough.
It's too late to try to go contain it. A generation fueled by creation. We live lives on a small screen nation. We control the airwaves, no negotiation.
You got me like, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong.
Okay, so we are in the final match between Monster Truck and Zorro, and Monster Truck got lucky because he's playing Zerg this time, which used to be his main race. So maybe he's more familiar with the strategy with that. And of course Zorro is on the top left corner with Krautz, and he sends out a very early scout. This early scout will hurt his economy definitely, but this will give him the information so he knows exactly where to look for his enemy because of a 2-player map. So he is going to find the Zerg. What is the Zerg up to? And we don't see any cheesy play just yet. So no 4 pool, no 5 pool. Will this be a 9 pool maybe? I mean, you're playing random. You have to be more aggressive, I guess. Well, maybe you don't have to be, but people... I'm not sure. Leave a comment in the chat and tell me whether you think people playing random do have to be more aggressive, or do they can they play more defensively? Okay, so the spawning pool is down before the Overlord, so this is kind of a quick spawning pool. Of course, the Overlord is slowly going through the map. We are having one gateway in base for Zorro. He might want to put down a second one against this early Zergling play? Well, we don't really know if it will be Zerglings, and I guess he still has some time to react, figure out what exactly he wants to do. He is on one base, which will be problematic against Zerg if he cannot punish. It's just simply Zerg can contain Krautz in the early game too easily. So this probe is doing a great job reducing the health of this spawning pool, but 6 Zerglings are going to hatch. In a few moments he will have to... He will see this with the probe, of course, 6 Zerglings, and will have plenty of time to react accordingly, like wiggling this probe around here, but the Zerglings get the surround. So the second gateway goes down, 1 Zealot is out, and he will probably try to cover the entrance with 1 Zealot and probes while the other Zealots are coming out. So he still has like plenty of supply. He doesn't have to worry about supply at the moment, but he definitely has to be playing this correctly, because if these 6 Zerglings get into his base, that will hurt him a lot. That will be painful. So, okay, the Zealots... Okay, the second Zealot comes out, and the Zerglings are attacking the Zealot. Okay, the probe picks up the damage to Zergling, and these 2 Zerglings will be dead before anything they can do. So is Zorro going to move out to avenge this attack? Yes, and of course no more links have been produced. Okay, they are being produced now, but there have been no more links produced by Monster Truck. He decided to expand. And now 2 Zealots are headed his way, and well, an expansion is being started here. This expansion is going to be very difficult to defend. 3rd Zealot is taking a long time to get there. We have 6 links. The probe already sees the 6 links. The 6 links stay in defensively, and we've got 4 more. So 10 links for Monster Truck. This will be almost impossible for Zorro to defend without properly walling up here. And of course he has to wait until the island warp in before he can start the wall. But the Zerglings take a long time to get there, and the Zealots will be in position. So if he can position the Zealots well enough and play up all the holes, I don't know if Zerglings can move to this point, but he might just be able to expand and defend this expansion. So he puts down the cannon. Okay, so the Zerglings seemingly cannot go in over there. And the cannons are being put down. 2 cannons on one side. I'm not sure if this is the better idea than putting the cannon over there. The Zerglings are probing the defenses here, but don't go in. The spire is started though, so Zorro has to tag up. If he does not tag up, he will be in trouble once the Mutalisks arrive, and he does not know that there will be Mutalisks. He cannot know if it will be Mutalisks or Hydralisks unless he scouts, and well, he does not have a chance to scout this on time with this many Zerglings here, and he is being stuck in this defensive posture. Will he send out a few Zealots to scout? Yes, he sends out 2 Zealots, and he needs to get gas, he needs to go for tech units. He does not have gas yet, but put down the Cybernetics Core. That will not be good for him. Are these Zealots looking for hidden expansions? He's not going to scout this mute attack. Is he going to put down anti-Mutalisk cannons? He does not know. Okay, so where is this 3rd Zealot going? Is he just going to randomly find this hidden expansion, but not find the mute attack? And of course, 3 mutas are morphing, and more will be morphing very soon. And he will have no defense against this. Oh no, poor Zorro. he is so the Zerglings are all of them moving just to get rid of this one zealot. The Mutalisks are incoming and neither of the bases is safe. The Mutants can harass both at the same time even. Nothing against Mutalisks. No cannons placed against Mutalisks at either of the bases. These cannons, these won't protect your gas mining. And of course, more mutants will be out, are out, and will move towards the base. Zorro is now building panic cannons. We should be building not just cannons, but also forcers. We need forcers. Diving on this Dragoon again. He did not, Monster Truck did not pay attention and lost almost all his Mutalisks to these, well, I would say, not well-placed cannons, but the cannons did their job, so I guess we could call them well-placed posthumously, with respect to the mutants. So, one more Mutalisk remains getting chased by Dragoons. This is not something you see every day on StarCraft War. But is there going to be a pivot in tech? Well, there is a Hydra Den, so Hydralisks might be coming out very soon. So Monster Truck is not really afraid of Zorro at the moment, because Zorro is stuck at his base defending. Is he going to put down Starport? No. So he probably thinks that Monster Truck will not continue the mute attack. And, well, he took down one single photon cannon. He is going for Zealot legs, which is going to be good against Hydralisks once Hydralisks start to get produced. And we are moving into the mid-game phase, I guess, now that the Mutalisks became less active on the map. I guess a lot of them died, so not much that Mutalisk can do. And our Krautz player is moving up, but this is a lot of Zerglings, and these are Dragoons, and that's not something that's going to be cost-effective on the part of the Protoss. So there are still Mutalisks. Are there more Mutalisks produced? No. Hydralisk speed is being produced. Are there Hydralisks? Yeah, there are Hydralisks. So something died over here. I guess that might have been Overlord or Mutalisk. No, there was a Mutalisk. One Mutalisk over here for some reason. What is our Zerg player going to do? Well, the Hydralisks are still slow, but the Hydra speed will be finished in a moment over there. Corsair, we have finally a Corsair. Yeah, the Stargate is now warping in Corsairs, but those will be good for harassment even though there are no Mutalisks on the map. Will our Zerg player expand more? So he is low on drones, like 26 against 36. This base is not really saturated at all. The Zorro needs to pump up. He has enough minerals, I guess. But this is the time, I guess. So you kept the Protoss on one base. The Protoss is not going out harassing you, so this is kind of the time for the Zorro to really start that economy boosting. Here are the Hydralisks. And again, Hydralisks, they will be good against the Dragoons, I think. You need splash damage against Hydras because Hydras are just too good. What is this DT going to achieve? There are overlords here, there are overlords... okay. There are no overlords here at the moment. So DT can kind of chase... oh no, the overlords got close enough. Yeah, you need Storm, you need to go for Side Storm, and in the meantime we see a lot of gateways being built by Zorro, while Monster Truck is taking his 4th base. Droning up a bit, so we got 32 draws. This is going to overpower the Protoss economically soon, unless of course the Protoss manages to expand here sneakily enough. By being caught. So this Corsair gets picked off, unfortunately, by these Hydralisks. It killed one Overlord, but it does not really matter. The Zerg is way over supply, or like he is not out of supply at all. Now this is sufficient Protoss army to catch this Zerg contingent. Monster Truck did not reinforce properly, and these few Hydras flanking will be picked off very quickly by the Zealots and the Dragoons together. So now the Zerg has to regroup. And well, Monster Truck has a lot of minerals and a lot of gas, but not enough hatcheries, I guess. Not enough macro hatcheries, and the Protoss does not feel confident enough to move out on the map. He is more of in a defensive posture. I think officially this is the time when you as a Protoss you have to move out, try to dominate the dynamic part of the game, and you can expand behind that, because once you are actually start punishing the Zerg don't really have the resources to fight you. And as a Zerg, yeah, you have to build more macro hatcheries, I guess, that would be. Because once you have like 1000 minerals and 2000 gas, you're doing something. Like you droned up well, but you did not follow up with the macro hatcheries. Oh, we have speed for the Overlords. Wonder what will that be? There is the Psionic Storm being developed for our Protoss player with some upgrades. So there are no upgrades on the Zerg army. Protoss army 1+ attack. So this is a considerable sized Protoss army moving in one straight line, trying to catch some Zerg expansions of guard, and will catch the Zerg expansions of guard. So this Zerg has to cancel both of these. Just cancel this. You have no chance of defending either. We should build macro hatcheries. So this is... okay, so this one at least has been cancelled. And the Mutalisks can try to harass this smaller force here from the Protoss, while the bigger one is stuck at that main base. Zerg is still up for like 800. Okay, so he's back to 800 minerals, but the Protoss also has like a lot of minerals and a lot of gateways that are not doing anything. Like neither of the gateways are producing. So macroing up. So this is what I mean. Like macroing up in StarCraft is not easy. You need to get your saturation on your minerals. You need to get your buildings that build stuff, and then you can still screw it up by not building the units from the buildings. So I guess today we see a wide range of things that you have to take a look at and be mindful of when playing this game. So there is a nice Protoss bone of death here, and these 3 minions for some reason decide to harass this one Dragoon that definitely outranges them. Now, the Hydralisks try to zone out the Protoss. The Protoss separates the army in 2 parts and then tries to close the pincer movement up from the Zerg, and many of the Hydralisks get caught off guard. while this lone mutalisk tries to scare away the Protoss army. They've got an Archon, so this Protoss army is much stronger than the Zerg at this moment. And the Zerg is just not producing in sufficient tempo, I guess, in sufficient rhythm. Again, 2,000 minerals, 3,000 gas. This Protoss army, if Zorro just took up the courage to attack him, would do miracles. The Zerg started morphing the lurker, get picked up before the morph finishes. There is another lurkers or 3 lurkers being produced here, and as the attack goes in, there is no detection for the Protoss, so Zerg can beat them back at least out of the lurker range, and then try to bait the zealots going in there. Protoss is up 3,000 minerals at the moment. I guess he started macroing up, very good. Lurkers trying to sneak by. Protoss trying to sneak by another expansion. Okay, so these are 4 lurkers versus 2 cannons. Oh no, 5 lurkers, I cannot count. Here, what is he expecting here? I mean, you could be a lurker contained here, but you have to be outside of the vision range of that cannon. Okay, so Protoss army finally has Storm and starts the attack. Is there detection? No, but the lurkers unburrowed, so they can be attacked without detection. Oh, the storm! This was not really a good storm. But lurkers have been pushed back to the lower levels, and the Protoss can attack into this base. The base is evacuated very quickly here, but this actually probably won't fall. Will the Overlords be safe? I guess the Overlords have speed, so they will run away automatically. Oh no, they try to run away to the bottom, but the map is over at the bottom. The map ends there. There's nowhere you can run. Overlord's getting picked up, and the Zerg lost one of its 4 expansions while having 3,000 minerals. Well, Protoss also... Oh, but the Zerg, in the meantime, succeeded destroying these cannons. I guess there were some Hydras sent in with the lurkers, and now the Protoss is back on 1 mining base, well 2, but it's not much. The Protoss army, on the other end, is on a blast, killing the Ultras here. The Protoss have the high ground, but the Wings come in and start picking up the Dragoons. The Zealot is tanking a good amount of damage, while the main core of the Protoss army gets bogged down on this intermediate place where they don't attack and don't defend either. Okay, so this is going to be a Protoss victory here, and there is a Protoss victory over here too. Well, this has also been cleared up thanks to the observer. So definitely the Protoss is on a roll here, steamrolling through the Zerg. Monster Truck is trying to keep up production. He still has reasonable income. The Zerg does not mind with that efficiency as the Protoss is trying to vacate this position. The Zerg is coming after him with a small contingent, and the Protoss army retreats. But now the Zerg is expanding here with no defense. Does the Zerg see that the Protoss expanded here? No, the Zergling just sees what happens there. Protoss army got reduced, but the Zerg army got reduced even more, and the Zerg economy got more reduced. Protoss is back on this base, putting the cannons to a little more space, though I guess I can put this back on now. And the Protoss is sending the reinforcements to the middle of the map. While the Zerg is trying to retake, I guess, one of those expansions already and maybe send... Oh, okay. So Protoss is not gonna let the retake of those expansions. This Zergling is just absolutely unable to do anything. The Zerg rotates the army back here, but before this Veteran gets built, the Protoss Steamroller is back again. Why didn't he transfer his drones to these bases, which are more easy to defend? So Protoss is massacring the drones here. There are some ultralists coming out. More subtribes. Minerals finally did below a few hundred, but it's not a sign that he spent the money efficiently, because he's going after this base unsuccessfully, and GG's out. GG. This have been won by our Protoss player Zorro. So our current status is this. Are there still people watching the stream? It seems like people are going to sleep. So so we have one more set left actually. So the question is, do you people want me to do the Nice Micro versus Molotska round this time, or do we do that on Sunday? Are we going to do the last round that I have the replays for, or are you guys going to sleep? And instead, let's just quickly discuss and finish today's stream. What is the opinion of the chat? The chat is, of course, a little bit behind the actual stream here. So, well, what do you guys want to see? Do you want to see more StarCraft today, or let's just take a look at what we have here? So while people are in the chat, let's see. So Mate will have 5 points and Papamaci will have 5 points for the next turn. So they will either play each other or will play the winner of this bracket here. Zorro got 3 points, Monster Truck got 2, Krautz, Alajos got 2. So of course the winner of these brackets will also have 2 points. So probably they will be going with either each other or the winner of these, or maybe if Molotska wins this one, in that case with Molotska. And on the other hand, the people who lost here, Kumbi and Ray Gymnor, will still have 3 points. So Zorro also has 3 points. So maybe they will play against Zorro, or if Nice Micro wins this, he will have 3 points. So this software, I made this, I wrote this. My match is tomorrow morning, so I vote for Sunday. Okay, every day is Sunday. Alright, so everyone wants the next turn to be played on Sunday, and probably we will receive more replays by then, so we will be able to show you guys more than just my match. I wanted to leave my match to the last because I wanted to forget as much of it as possible before I start streaming it. So, you know, 5 points, and then one person will have 5 points here, just like I said. So Ray Gymnor will have 3, Kumbi will have 3, and Zorro will have 3. So Zorro might start to prepare against these two guys, or the loser of this bracket might have 3 points. The loser of this bracket might have 4 points if they play a 1-2. Anyways, that's it. I guess Monster Truck got 2 points. Yes, I just talked about that. So the software, how does it work? So what it will do is that it will try to find the kind of the pairing which has the least total difference between the players in a way that there is no rematch. So no one will play the same people again. So you can see here, like, the people who got 3 extra points got together, and the people who got 1 extra point got together, except for me, because there were only 3 people with 1 extra point. So one of the people with 1 point got together with one of the people with 0 points. And well, it's not random, but the algorithm is a recursive algorithm, so I kind of would not try to predict the outcome. So in this case, it received the software received the players in this order with the additional point information. So I would have expected it to get Mate and Katjakin together for the first round, but instead it got like Mate and Kumbi and Katjakin and Kestrel, and then Papamaci with Ray Gymnor. So, and from the people with the 3 extra point or the 1 extra points, you got me with Molotska. So I'm not exactly sure how it is, what is the ordering, but this is how the Swiss system works, and this is how I implemented it. So I guess if you watched this until this, you've watched the first half of the first round. So hopefully we will get all the replays by the end of this week, and we will have So yeah, what I wanted to say with this is that because I cannot predict the outcome of this algorithm, I wouldn't be able to tell you the brackets for the next round until every game is played. So we have the Nice Micro versus Molotska replay. So we want Geras and Hentes, Topirello and Kovi, and Katjakin versus Kestrel. These are the 3 replay packs I'm still missing, and if we get everything until Sunday, then on Sunday we will be able to see the next round. If we don't, then I guess we will see the next round when we see it. So that's it for today, I guess. So thank you for watching Nice Micro League. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed what you see. Of course, you can subscribe for more content. We will have Nice Micro League until every bracket have been played out. But this is not the main profile of the channel, but probably Nice Micro League will take up considerable amount of this YouTube channel for the considerable future. Maybe I will do some streams showing you the code of this tournament editor program. I made it in Godot. Maybe we will talk about that, because I will be constantly working, expanding on this, developing it. So anyways, thanks for watching. Let's take a look at our intro video once more. Enjoy that, and I guess see you next time.
What keeps you up at night, yeah? Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah? Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah.